All right, let's start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Bahakadash. That's Yahweh, being the true name of the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahawashai, and the Holy Spirit, all in Hebrew. Double honors to the elders and apostles who gave Milson for teaching us His truth. Honors to the brothers pushing His truth, risking their life and freedom to do so. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, those that's listening and learning, to receive mercy from the Lord in the time of judgment. So we're going to freestyle through the Spirit. I'm not going to bring out any scriptures, but we're just going to talk about the stuff that's going on briefly. So there's all kind of stuff being stirred up. These plagues about to hit America like they hit Egypt. And when you understand the plagues of Egypt, it disrupted the economy. The food supply got messed up. The water got messed up. The infrastructure, the roads, the chariots got messed up. People died. They weren't able to deliver medical supplies here and there. And as a result, a bunch of people died. They don't tell you that people died from the frogs dying in the water, but people died from that. The Lord ain't just bring all those plagues for somebody not to die from them. And these plagues coming to America, and they gonna hit all of a sudden. I believe that's Revelation 18:8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, famine, and mourning. So yeah, it's gonna be all of a sudden. It's gonna be like it crept up on us, but it didn't just creep up on us. We see the warning signs now. In the video that I watched, that my brother Labar posted, and that we've been hearing in the news, there's a shortage on diesel fuel. And what the Edomite said, he said diesel fuel is the blood supply for America. It's in the human body. The blood delivers oxygen, it removes waste, and it delivers nutrients and other chemicals that's required for living. And that would be the diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is how everything gets delivered and moved around in America. You know, starting with the semi trucks, that's all diesel fuel. That's what keep the shelves in the grocery store stocked. That's what brings foods and items to the warehouses. And then from the warehouses, they move to the grocery stores. Then also the military, that uses diesel fuel. So if there's a shortage of diesel fuel here in America, the military gonna suffer too. And you know, also our grocery stores gonna suffer, the warehouse is gonna suffer, and that's all gonna lead to our shelves and our homes going empty. And I won't say our homes, we're gonna talk about America. A lot of Americans, they're gonna be short on supplies. Food, water, medical supplies, clothing, and everything in between. And that's gonna bring about a great famine. Because first, homes are gonna go empty. After that, grocery stores are gonna go empty. And warehouses is already going empty. And there's not gonna be no way to replenish the shelves. And there's certain states right now that's on the warning list for not having any diesel fuel. And that number will continue to grow. It's not like they could just create more diesel fuel. They get it from the earth. So if it's a shortage, it's going to be that way from now till Yahawashi returns. And I work at a warehouse. And at that warehouse, since the beginning of the pandemic, you know, in 2020, we've been working mandatory 12 hours straight for like half of our time. You know, I've been there about 2 years, and about half that time we've been working mandatory 12s. Because our regular shift is 4 10-hour shifts. But we've been working 4 12-hour shifts. And they've been having unlimited overtime. People in there 6, 7 days a week. This is one dude, he worked 84 days straight, 7 weeks straight. Unlimited overtime. You know, all because we've been booming. And you know, and during the time that they was booming, we would have anywhere between 600 to 800 semi trucks in the yard that needs to be unloaded. And now that we're not working 12s anymore is because that the number of trucks we have in the yard is way lower. So instead of having 600 to 800, we got more like 50 to 100 something trucks, which is not a lot. And the manager that's been there for some years, he said the trailer count that we have is the lowest that he's ever seen it since we've been there. And it's the lowest that I've ever seen it too. Like I say, we usually have anywhere between 6 to 800. We got 50 to 100 and something. And in one day, we can clear 50 to 100 trailers. But then just like we clear them, the next day, 50 to 200 trailers could come in. But that shows that we're clearing them and not many more is coming in. Pretty much what we get, we clear. So our trailer count has been staying at about 50 to 100 and something. And, it's a warehouse, it's hot, production. So a lot of times we were like, man, we should could leave early. If something break, the lines go down, they keep us there. Ain't no leaving early. We gonna wait till they get it back up and running so we can keep throwing. But this past week, and probably this coming week, we've been leaving early every day. Something break, a certain section of the lines go down, they start sending people home because it's not that much work to do anyway. So yeah, it's been like a dream come true. Like they would never send us home early. We be getting sent home early. That's because we don't have no trucks in the yard. And me being in the warehouse, I'm seeing the beginning stages of it. The warehouse don't be as busy as it used to be. All these different departments be going home early. Ain't that many work. And that's going to lead to the grocery stores going empty, which a lot of us has already been seeing. Certain supplies, they empty. And if you look closely, certain items, they say this item is on back order, sorry for the inconvenience, meaning that once that certain item go out, it's not going to be restocked. And this all contributes to the famine. And in China, they had a marine map, and it showed all the ships that was at sea. And the ships that would be at sea, that was docked, they would light up green. Almost every ship that's in the sea was docked, meaning it wasn't moving. So we're gonna have a major shortage of goods coming to America. Russia is no longer shipping to America, as well as a lot of other countries. That's going to contribute to the famine. What makes America so great is that we receive goods from all over the world. So that's going to contribute to a famine. And like we say, we've been seeing diesel fuel go up, but regular gas going up too. People are not going to be able to afford to work. They're not going to be able to afford many things. That's going to result in inflation. That's why gas prices going up. That's why certain food items and household items going up. It's going to continue to go up. Like I heard a carton of eggs used to cost 80 cents. Now a carton of eggs costs $5. Because gas prices going up, that affects everything. Everything gets to the stores and gets to your house by gas, by fuel. So everything is going to go up. Rent is going up. Everything is going up. This is inflation. This is the beginning stages of it. That's going to contribute to the famine. So it might be a little food in the stores, in the next few weeks, next few months. But food prices going to do more than triple and quadruple. There's going to be some stuff that be 5 to 10 times more than what it usually be. Like a pack of chicken one day might be $70, might be $90. So that's all going to contribute to the famine. And what else do we got going on? Racial tensions being stirred back up, like in New York. That Edomite devil went and killed 10 Negroes at a black supermarket. They're trying to stir up that racial tension that we had back in that these 2/3 Negroes had back in 2020 when they was rioting, protesting, and in every major city across America, they trying to bring that up Because all while they was doing that, what was the white supremacists and the KKK saying? That they're going to go out there and start slaughtering us? They didn't, but they wish they did, but they're going to get their second chance. Because we're going to start seeing these hate crimes back on the rise. We're going to see a lot more of these mass shootings in public and people of so-called color, mainly being the Negroes. And that's going to contribute to race wars. That's why Isaiah 19:2 says, I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, or American against American. And we know that those Egyptians is talking about America because Isaiah 19:2 is future prophecy. And we know that America is Egypt because of the pyramid because the pyramid is on the back of the dollar. Therefore, that makes the Egyptian set against Egyptian, that's American set against American. And that's why the scriptures also reads that there should be nation against nation. That means that's a race war. Nation don't mean country. Nation means races. So it's going to be different nationalities of people raising up against other nationalities of people. Then after that, they said there will be kingdom against kingdom. Now the kingdoms would be the different countries rising up against each other. That's how we see Russia and Ukraine rising up against Russia, America and Ukraine against Russia, China rising up against America, North Korea rising up against America, Iran in the Middle East rising up against Israel and America. Everything is being stirred up. A lot of people predicting that by the summer it's gonna be crucial out here, that the famine is gonna worsen. And this is gonna be the worst famine that has ever hit the earth, even bigger than all the famines back in the Bible. And that's going to bring back cannibalism. People going to be eating their kids, eating each other. It's going to be bad out here. They're going to be eating their pets. And this is all to bring the new digital system. Because once everybody is dehydrated and starved, everybody dying for food and water, that's when they're going to try to start chipping people with the MOB. And you know that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Meaning, if you don't got those 3 beast marks, you're not going to be able to buy food or water in America or anywhere else in the world. But that's what this all is doing, is to collapse the economy. Because gas prices going up, stores not being restocked, that's going to contribute to an economic collapse. Inflation, that's going to contribute to an economic collapse because people are not going to be able to buy anything. And also, all these different countries overseas, they starting to drop the American dollar. That's going to contribute to an economic collapse. So what that means is the dollar is going to crash. So like most of the time in the past, when we go to these other countries, we could take our American dollar, or we could have a lot more money when we get it converted to another currency. That's why they had a phrase, the strength of the dollar, or they say how strong the dollar is compared to these other countries. And the dollar used to be stronger than the Russian currency, which is the ruble. But Russia done flipped the script on America. Now the Russian ruble is stronger than the American dollar. And we know from Sloppy Joe that he been putting all kind of sanctions on Putin and Russia, trying to weaken the Russian economy. The Russian economy only getting stronger because Putin thought that he would make the Russian dollar get weaker, or the Russian ruble is now stronger than the American dollar. So everything that Sloppy Joe in America try to do to these other countries, the Lord flip it back on America. And how did the Lord flip it back on America? Because Russia pulled the power move. Because on the world market, when any country want to buy gas or oil, they have to convert their currency into the US dollar. So that gas and oil can only be purchased through the US dollar. Russia, India, China, Africa, all these countries comply with that. But What Russia did, they said, yo, we're not no longer accepting the American dollar as a form of payment. If you want to buy our gas and oil, you got to buy it in rubles. You got to buy it in our money. And when you consider all of America's allies, all these white European countries overseas, they get their gas and oil from Russia, but they used to get it in the form of the US dollar. Now they're being forced to get it in a Russian dollar. So all these countries starting to buy gas and oil in the Russian dollar, that's weakening the economy and the strength of the dollar here in America. That's why gas prices are going up to make up for the lack of buyers that we once had. And that's why there's going to be massive inflation. It's going to try to accommodate for the people that's not spending money with us no more. Like if you offer a service, it might be $20, because your clientele good. But once stuff start going bad, you got to raise your prices to $50 and $60 because ain't nobody doing business with you like that. That's what's happening with America. They no longer using the American dollar like they used to. And then also, like we said, that's going to contribute to inflation. That's going to contribute to an economic collapse. And that's all to crash the economy, to bring this MOB, this new digital system, and this digital dollar. That's what that's for. Now that's a little video. I'm gonna see if I can look up real quick. I'm not able to find it, but there was a country that had boxes of American $100 bills, and they was just burning the money. That's showing that the economy is through. And a lot of people on TikTok, YouTube, and these different media platforms, they bringing out information showing that America is through. America is money is not backed on gold like it was before. I think President Nixon done away with that. But the American dollar is backed by oil. Because like we say, all these countries we used to have to buy oil in the American dollar. But if these countries not buying it, oil and gas in the American dollar no more, there's nothing to back the dollar. So it's going to be worthless. Meaning, you go to these other countries with your U.S. money, it's going to be worthless to them. They won't be able to accept it, and that's why America going to bounce back with that digital dollar. And not only that, cryptocurrency is crashing. The Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that stuff is crashing. So the people who invested heavily in that, they about to lose a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of people upset. So the people who got all this money now in U.S. dollars, they got all this Bitcoin, they're going to have nothing in the coming weeks, in the coming months, as everything starts to crash here in America. And a lot of the brothers doing fire lessons on that. I'm just doing just a quick lesson to talk about what's going on. Lord willing, He strengthened me to gather some scriptures and to gather some videos to put together a more formal lesson to show some information. But that's it here. Just prepare for the worst. Don't invest all your time and money, all your time and energy into stocking up on money. Rather it's paper dollars or it's Bitcoin. This stuff is crashing, so abandon it. That's why Revelation 18:4 it say, come out of her, my people. Come out of America. And that's spiritually. You got to detach yourself from this place. Detach yourself from the ways of America, from the people, from the money. Because there's a lot of people working 60 to 80 hours. They got thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars stocked up. And that money, they're not going to ever be able to touch it. Because once they finally do get to it, it's going to be worthless. It's going to be toilet paper. So right now, we need to be working just for the necessities. And we need to be investing our time in seeking the Lord. Because we at the end of all things. And the Lord is going to bring all these plagues to America, just like he did to Egypt. So the rise in fuel prices and inflation, shortages, that's America being plagued. Then the final plague is going to come by fire, by World War III and these nuclear missiles. So we've been warned. We don't got much time. Until next time, Shalom.